Our FM.
Every Monday morning from 8 to 8:30 a.m, it's your time to level up your putia with Money Mondays with Uncle Rich. We're talking real kōrero, real whānau, from budgeting and saving to KiwiSaver, investing and building wealth for the next generation. No jargon, no judgment, just practical tips to help you take control of your money and your future. That's Money Mondays with Uncle Rich every Monday morning right here on Our FM.
Disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Nau mai e te tī, nau mai e te tā ki tēnei pāpāhotanga o tātou. O tino ki te reo irirangi o Whanganui, Our FM. It is now 8 minutes past 8 on your Monday morning, the 29th of June, and you've heard it here. It is Money Mondays with Uncle Rich. Morena, Uncle, how are you?
Yeah, morena, bub. Yeah, really good, thank you.
So, e te wānau, welcome back to Money Mondays with Uncle Rich. We're getting into debt reduction. Ne? How to save money, stop the leaks, and knock those debts over one by one. The week before, we had spoken about sorting our bank accounts and getting a better handle on where the money is going. This week, we're taking that next step and looking at debt reduction strategies. Uncle, let's kick it off.
Yeah, so this is one of those ones where we're trying to find the money that's already in your system. So we look at it like, the fastest way to reduce your debt or to increase your net worth, the other one that we think, is to lower your debt, right? So we have two levers. We have your income and you have your expenses. So the trick here is thinking about those big expenses, your mortgage, your insurance, your power bills, your internet, anything else you might have there, your credit cards, hire purchase, that sort of stuff. And really just getting down to the facts of, ask the question. Don't be afraid to ask, to negotiate a better price for you. And then you're using money that's already in your system. You're already paying for that money. So, the easy way is, go and earn more money. You know, what are you doing? I'll save more. Sometimes that's not always possible. So we're trying to find ways here to look inside our existing budget, find the money, find the leaks, as you said, where that money's going out. And then the real second trick, the big trick, is actually using that money, redirecting it into it. So the key step here is negotiating. And you'll hear me say this, I'll say it, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
And people come across and it's like, you're being confrontational, or you're creating this by trying to hustle. It's not even about that. Just think about I worked in this game for 20 years, literally worked in a telco. So I knew what happened, and it was a real sad one. There's sayings, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, because they ask the question. Yeah. And if you do it in the right way, that's great. So have a think about this, bub. For you, when was the last time you called one of your providers? And, not for a problem.
Okay, not problem related. Not even to check up on what it's doing for me, actually.
See?
Oh, wow, a hot minute, Uncle.
Yes. And that's what they're banking on. Yeah. They're banking on us being lazy.
Not calling.
Yeah. They're banking on our loyalty. They're banking on us thinking that we're getting the right deal. So the trick is we just got to ring up. Yeah, ring up. We just got to make that call. So the easy ones for me is looking at it. Power companies, internet providers, your mobile phones, those are all like sitting. Because I know from my experience, they have teams. They are literally called retention teams, save teams. What happens though is those teams don't get activated until you ask.
You call. Yeah.
So just thinking of, really, really simple stuff. Your phone bill, your power bill, just ringing up and asking the question. I'd like to review my account and see if there's any better plans we could have.
Absolutely. And before we get into our next kōrero, Uncle, a massive shout out to everyone tuned in on air and those who are on the live stream. If you have any pātai, drop them in the comments. If you want to ask a specific question that's not necessarily related to debt, kei te pai tēnā, we have room for that. But drop in your practical tips, what you do, and see if you can grab something from today's conversation. So the simple message here, Uncle, is if you don't ask, you don't get.
Correct.
Can you give us, for someone who's a bit nervous and a bit anxious about ringing someone, say that we're talking to the bank or the insurance company, how can we, what is the question? What's the simple question?
No, and you're dead right.
Yeah.
So let's just, there's multiple, but let's stick with insurance.
Yeah.
Insurance topical at the moment. It's very expensive. Everything's going up, and every year, if you have a look at your premiums, they go up.
They sure do.
They just go up, and it's like, okay, people just sit there and wait. So for me, it's as simple as that. Doing your homework, having a look around, looking at your invoice, having a look, have I got much time? Things to consider here is, are you in a contract?
Yeah.
Like, is it a term? Is it is it a period? Because it's hard to negotiate if you're just, the best time to negotiate is at the start or getting towards the end. But the real simple lines is, ring them up, be polite, but be direct, but do it with aroha. Do it with aroha. Like I said, it's not confrontational, it's just asking a question. And the thing is like, hey, look, I'm just ringing up. I've noticed my premium's gone up. Before I consider switching providers, is there anything we can do to reduce my costs?
All right.
It's really clean. It's not confrontational again, and you'll really be surprised at what's going on. They'll talk to you, they'll ask you, oh, should we review the pricing, or is your car or your contents and all this sort of stuff. But the simple thing is like, before I consider switching providers, that's the key line there, because they don't want to lose you. It's much easier to keep you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say that, and then you're sort of like, okay, thank you. I'll review that and come back. Because this is your money that you're spending. Don't be afraid to shop around. Don't be afraid to have a look.
Yeah, see, it's all not necessarily a big game. That's probably not the word we're looking for, but it's kind of knowing what your money is doing for you, right? And having the ability to have those conversations. Like, if I was to ring my bank right now, Uncle, and say that could have been what we've done right now. We're going to ring my bank and say, hey, my premium's gone up.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. What can you do for me?
The other one, that if you've got a credit card and you're looking at your interest rate, if you just simply have a Google and look at what interest rates, what swap rates, because banks will take your money and put it at a different rate and give it back. Have a look at those rates. Now when you ring up, you've got another weapon in your pocket, right? You're like, hey, look, I've seen some cheaper rates elsewhere. Before I look at switching, is there anything you can do?
Simple.
And the trick is just to pause after that.
Okay.
Don't talk.
Okay. Don't fill the space, yeah?
Don't give them this. Make them talk. It's a sales trick.
Yeah.
It's create the awkward space.
Yeah.
So someone has to talk. I always say, first to talk, after that loses.
Yeah. Okay, see? So that's the game there. It's the game in the phone call, Etiwi. What about for those who own their own ware, have a mortgage?
Yeah.
What's that example there?
Yeah. The ware one's an interesting one because you do a lot of your negotiating at the start. So you've termed it for a year or something like that. And nowadays they make you go into the app and you just go in and select your rate and go. No.
Get on the phone.
Pick up the phone. It's a bit of a process, so you got to be conscious with this one, but rates are easy to get. Again, one look at a website, interest.co.nz, it gives you every interest rate for every bank for every term. So you can do your homework. What's the 1 year rate? Oh, I see this. So-and-so's offering me 0.2 better. Look, before I look at other providers, is there anything you can do for me? And just remember, sometimes it's not always that too. There's other things. Phone providers are great for giving you other things, like, there might be extra minutes or extra data. They'll rather double your data than change your price. So don't be afraid to think outside the square when it's not just price. I done this recently with my Sky, just as an example, because 12 months had run out, my bill went up to nearly $100, and we were on a $55 one because, again, I got that 12 months. So I just rang them up, had that conversation, and I got it back to 55.
There we go.
Yes, I had to commit for another 12, but if I didn't pick that phone up, I would have been paying the $98 and again, it's just a conversation. You ring up. We don't have many options with Sky. We're sort of buggered. So it's even more important to ask the question. So what did I do? I got a multi-room. I asked for stuff. Oh, no, I got 2 TVs. Well, can I have multi-room then? Oh, that cost... No. Well, so you just got to have the confidence to ask the questions. Again, You get a lot more by being nice.
Yeah.
Just ask nice questions and have a chat with them.
Yeah, you don't want to go in hot and heavy,
Because then you put yourself in a corner.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
There's no other option.
Yeah. And if you like rugby and rugby league, we don't have many options to watch it. So Sky is a must in our house.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the simple sentence, and the simple line is, before I look at any other providers, what can you do for me?
Correct.
And remember, the kōrero is hold the pause. Don't jump in, because the next person who kōrero loses, is what Uncle has just said to us.
Try it.
Give it a go, absolutely. That'll be a part of the homework for this week.
Yeah.
So you've talked about the negotiation. Doesn't have to be confrontational.
Correct.
It's really just asking the question, then pausing and letting them answer. Can you unpack the negotiation mindset just a little bit more, Uncle?
Yeah, I think that's a real key one that comes in, and it's trying to be not argumentative, not demanding. You're just gathering information. Like you're coming in from a position, this is where I am today. Okay, what else is there? What else is out there? Is there a better plan? Power companies, you've got all this information of months and months of usage. You know how much power you use at this time of year because of last year. We actually have this now. So if once you've got that, then you can start comparing prices. But ask them to do it. Hey, you've had a look at my bill. Am I on the right plan? I just done a quick one the other day for my dad. Had a look. If you changed one provider was offering a $300 credit to change providers. Well, why wouldn't you? That'd be nearly a month's power if it's the same, if the rate's the same and those sort of things. So the mindset is just always having a look, not taking first thing. Like there's some things I don't bother negotiating with, but majority of stuff, if it's a big purchase, that's my job in the house. Ted walks past and goes, that. He keeps walking if we ever doing it. But the same thing with all the, ringing up for power bills and those sort of things. So the mindset is really key. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the mindset switch we need to get to. What's going to happen? They say no?
Yeah. Then they say no.
What's the problem? You're like, okay, thanks. I'll have a chat to someone else.
Yeah, simple.
I heard a saying the other day, it was earn your no.
Yeah.
If you're just you're just taking no's right now. So you haven't even earned it.
Yeah.
So have a think about that. Earn your no, doesn't get anything. Oh, can I talk to your retention team?
Yeah.
They'll be like, how does this guy know about this?
Wow.
Oh, no, we don't. Okay, I'll just move you through.
Yeah.
Trust me, those big providers have this stuff. So best outcome, save some money. Worst outcome, they say no.
There's two options here, Terry. There's two options here. So I'm really liking the conversation at the moment, Uncle. If you don't ask, you don't get. Earn your no is another one. Earn your no. And it's about that mindset. So, when we first set out to do this Kaupapai's Money Mondays, it wasn't just about the pūtea. It wasn't about trying to get your first home and all of that kind of stuff. But it was really about changing our whānau's mindset around pūtea and building a better relationship. And I think we're doing that. Iti nei, one episode at a time. So now that we've talked about asking the questions, the mindset, negotiating the mindset, and then we've also gone through a little bit of a script as well in terms of how we can ask these different providers. Where do the savings go? So now that we've got this pūtea, we've done the phone call, it's been a yes, where do the savings go?
And this is where the leak happens, right? This is where the money keeps flowing out. So you've saved some money, that's already in your system, but we're not using that money to affect. We're not putting it anywhere. We're not directing it. So the key trick here is, first and foremost, line up all your debts. Identify them. We need to write them down. We need to put them up there so we know. And that's your car loan, your whatever, your personal loan, your credit cards, whatever the store cards, all that sort of stuff. If you haven't got any, great, we invest that. But at this scenario here, we're talking about lining our debts up. And the key bit here is grabbing that money that we've saved from up top, that we've already got in our system, and actually putting it towards one of those debts. Now, which one is the one with the highest interest rate?
Okay.
That's how I look at it,
All right.
because that's the one costing you the most right now, all right? So grab that money that you've had there, redirect it to the one that's got the highest interest, keep paying the minimums on the others. But what happens here is we change the focus. So we're putting the focus onto one bill, okay? The saying, the talk is like, imagine it like dominoes. Okay, we set up our dominoes, each domino's a debt. The goal is to start from the big one and is to knock them all over. That's the visual. Okay, so that's the visual here. So most people, they get all overwhelmed because they see potentially there's a few dominoes. Okay, so we got to grab that money, and I'm talking anything. It's this time of year, you might get a tax refund. Don't splash it. Put it on put it on.
Or you might not get a tax refund.
You put it on. We got to do that one another time. No, but. That's the trick, is finding any of those things. You get any money and a bonus, an extra bit of income or something, just trying to create that momentum. But that's the key. Line the debts up, focus on the one with the highest interest, and then start making those moves to knock those over.
Great. One that comes to mind for me, Uncle, is that I have 2 debts, a car loan and a credit card. And I've had this credit card since I was in university, So it's been a long time, and it has its benefits. When I go places, it's quick pūtea, and I used to put it as an emergency fund. Ka he ki reira. I was wrong to do that. So now I've got to pay it off. And it's only 2k, and all but 18 years old, and you're living your best life at university, and then they give you it, without hesitation. Without hesitation, and you're like, okay, that's week sorted. That's a brand new laptop sorted. That's so many a month's worth of groceries or whatever. Or that's my money out on the town. But now it's coming back to bite me in the kumu because the interest rates gone up severely, So that's probably where my intention and where my focus is going to go for any leakages that I have, having different conversations. So that's the tauira e te wano. So have a look and let's see where you can start.
Credit cards, just while we're there, Bob, they're very good. Don't get me wrong. They are the sales machines, right? So they got 100%. Us at school. They got us straight out of that into uni. I've been there. I've done it. Like I've had all this. It was great. You thought you were awesome. You had cash, to me. And then so now what happens is as we get older, it's just a habit now, and we think we need it. And we think we need it, and this is why emergency fund becomes so important. So that's exactly. The last door is to having that emergency fund, so you don't have to think, but what if I don't have any money? Oh, I just keep my credit card there. We don't just keep it there. We keep tapping, we keep putting stuff on it, we keep buying online. So people will tell you, oh, I pay it off each month, and if you can live like that and do that, great. Even do the thing, I get it for the air points. Have a look. It's not even worth it. Like, do the math. It's not math. From what you'll say. And even then, just one more on the credit cards. Have a look. If that interest rate's going up, banks will take that to put it at a lower rate. So then you can add more to it and pay off more. Call. That's the phone call, right? Have a look at what's going around here. Like we used to live on it. I used to get paid monthly. So we used to live on a credit card and then we'd whop it each month, and that was how it worked. And we did it. What happens? Few months later, oh Richard, now you've been great. Put your limit up. You don't even have to do anything. They'll just do it.
Exactly.
So they're trying to get us hooked, right? They're getting us into a trap. So the sooner you can get off that into a debit card, the better. Sorry.
No, absolutely, Uncle. That was a great diversion, and because I was thinking my original plan, and just touching on it briefly before we get into our break, was that, okay, I'll have this credit card. I've already saved for our haringa to Fiji. This will be the backup. We've got pūtea over there, spending pūtea, and a little bit of an emergency fund, just in case something happens. We need to change flights, etc., and that this credit card pūtea would be used for different parts of that. But then I just realised, and probably in the last couple of weeks, that it's probably not actually serving me.
Correct. And
I'm just like, okay, no, buck your ideas up. This is what we're focusing on. Get it down, get it done, cut it.
It's a cool process. And literally cut it up. And literally cut it up. Don't think literally cut it up.
And you know what, I'm going to bring my credit card in here and we're going to cut it up when it's done. And it's going to be before our segment finishes. That's what we're going to do. 4 weeks. 4 weeks is the goal, e te iwi. Okay, Uncle, that's been enough for now. We've talked about debt, the domino effect as well. I love that wakaro. If you don't ask, you don't get, e te iwi. So get on that phone and ring your providers, ring your insurance providers, ring your power companies, ring your mortgage, your banks, whatever, just to have that conversation. Remember, pause, and don't forget. The sentence is, before I look at any other providers, what can you do for me? Don't be the first one to kōrero as well, okay? And we're like that. Ka mātou ki te kōrero, we love it. Hui anō, ko te waiata e haere ake nei. Before we come back with our tip and our action of the week, we've got breakfast in bed, UB40, mo tōni mai.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Your money, your future, your move.
Tip of the week with Uncle Rich.
No mai hoki mai e te iwi ki tēnei pāpāhotanga o te no ki te kaupapa e kia nei Money Mondays with Uncle Rich. We are getting into our tip and our action for the week, and we've been discussing around reduction of debt, negotiating mindset, and a simple call, a simple call. So what is our action for the week, Uncle?
Yeah, so our action for the week is I'd love for you just to make one phone call to one of your providers, be it your power company, excuse me, your insurer, whomever. I just want you to make the call. It'll be a real interesting process to go through, right? So don't overcomplicate it. Identify one of your key outgoings, one of your key expenses that you've got there, and then make that call. And away we go.
And away we go, Etiwi. It's simple as that. I'll be calling, what did I say just before? I think it was my internet provider. Yeah. I'll be calling my internet provider this week and having that conversation and seeing what we can do. And the question is, right, the part that you meant to ask is, what can you do to reduce my rate? Then make a second commitment. Every dollar you save goes straight to your debt. Because the only option is, right, it happens for you, or it's a no.
And you know.
Yeah, and you're exactly no. Ka pai. Any last messages, Uncle, for our wānau tuning in today?
Yeah, just our tip of the week. I think the key one here is to make a list. Get your current debt, the amounts, interest rates, terms, if any. Put them in order of the interest rate, the highest interest rate you're paying, okay? And then focus on the one with the highest interest rate.
It's easy as that, Etiwana. We'll be making lists for the last couple of weeks now, we've had our net worth, so that's our assets and our liabilities, checking that every month, same day. Now we're doing the same for our debts. Line them up, highest rate, and like I said, I've got two, car loan and my credit card loan, and I think my credit card is up there at the moment, but I'll need to recheck that and get onto that. And the second one, action for the week, is having a conversation with your bank, your insurer, your internet provider, your power people, kei a koe te tikanga, right, Uncle? And it's as simple as just having a kōrero. So, who are we calling today, Tiwi? We've got a comment here from Auntie Raquel. Thanks for the reminder. We're calling Sky today. See? Absolutely. See, Tiwi, who are you calling? It's as simple as that. And we'll be back next week, Monday, with more kōrero on Money Mondays. And kia koe ware. This will be available on Spotify and YouTube. Brother Tuakana will do his magic, and there will be a post that will go out. And thank you. This is an appreciation kōrero to those who tune in on air and on live, and those who go back and click in to watch it via Spotify and YouTube. YouTube has been the biggest hit so far, Uncle. Nice. But let's get our Spotify up there as well, Nothing like a refresh, te iwi. Hua no koe ranga pahu I tēnei wā. Uncle, hope you have a beautiful day today. And kia koe ware, get on the phone, te wānau. Get on the phone. It's important. Okay, we've got for you, CN and Warrior Nation Savage on Ways. Mo tonu mai.